From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Hi, and welcome to the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. It's Tuesday, July the 22nd on KLAV, 1230 a.m. on your dial. And I'm sitting here with Leslie Rogers.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leslie. How are you?
I'm great.
You know, Leslie is the Public Relations Officer.
I am.
Public Relations Officer for Salvation Army.
I am.
I know. And, you know, we're so excited that Salvation Army is one of our sponsors. We team up together for different events, and we've got one coming up in September.
Yes, very exciting.
I know, and it's coming up soon. It's just going to be here before we know it. We got to get on it, Michael.
Yeah, what else would you like me to do? Is there anything else you want me to do?
Yeah, could you cook some more meatballs this morning?
And would you just stick a broom under your arm and sweep as you run?
I'm getting a break on Wednesday night. Hey, anyway, good morning, everybody. Honey, I'm sorry.
Well, good morning. You can say
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
The best to you each morning. Hey, Wayo, everybody out there, pick up the phone, 731-1230. Give me a call. There's 91,000 people. Hey, lady, get out of the bathroom. You've been in there for 2 days already.
I want to know if she's in there with Charlie.
She's in there with Charlie, your nephew. So get out of the bathroom. Come and give me a call. We're going to have a great time. We got a hell of a show today. Because I got my paisano, my gumba, one of my own. Giancarlo,
from the Siena.
Siena's Trattoria, Italian.
Authentic Italian Trattoria. But you know, we were in there the other day, Giancarlo, and you said, just say Siena's restaurant.
Yeah.
But it actually, can we just say Siena's restaurant?
No.
You could, but
it is a trattoria.
Trattoria.
It's
trattoria.
I've always been saying trattoria. Trattoria.
You know what? I did too. I always put the emphasis
American,
on the wrong syllable.
We're American girls, you know. What do we know?
Here's the thing. You know, we got so many listeners that are out there, and we have from every race, creed, and color. Italian people. We got people, Napolitans, Calabrese, Bruxelles, Sicilians. We got everybody. And when I have a guest like Giancarlo, for me, I mean, I only can speak for me, because Italian people love to sing, they love to cook, and we love to collect money that people owe us. You know what I mean? we enjoy that. Hey, thank you. It's Joey Vespi.
And there's a lot of musicians, you know, that are Italians. They have those big cello cases.
So Jimmy Melodor, there's a shout out to my good friend.
And violin cases.
Violin, yes.
Jimmy Melodor called me last night. Jimmy Melodor called us last night.
I know.
And he's one of the greatest saxophone players. He plays at the Smith Center. He says, Mike, he says to me.
Mikey. He says, he wants us to do the Las Vegas Hilton on Thursday. Yeah. He says to do a show there. I says, that sounds great. And he said, how about Wednesday night? I said, you forget about it, I said. I got a call from New York City. They said, and I got a call. They said, Mike, I want you to go to Giancarlo's and sing Malavemina at this restaurant. What about Ciao La Luna? Mamma mia,
Ficchiami la cuttadara, mamma mia.
Well, you know, I also want to give a shout out to Kelly Clinton. We just went to the Bootlegger last night.
We had a ball.
And Kelly, she's got a show coming up this Friday night at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center.
Right.
And if you can get a picture of that, I'll show you. Yeah, you can see these tickets. We have some tickets here for this show, and I think I can give away. Can I give away some? Did she say I could give away some?
I don't know. If not, I'll pay for the tickets.
Okay, well, we're going to give away 2 tickets.
Yes,
Leslie?
Tickets.
I have to tell you something. We went to see Kelly. We went to see Kelly 2 weeks ago Friday.
Was she funny, that kid?
You know, she is so fun.
Well, last night
we went. But she says she's going to change the show up a little bit because she knows that you came.
Yeah.
And she says, I got to do some new material. And she says, so I'm working up some new material. She goes, I'm doing some of my old shtick, but I'm doing some of new shtick.
Well, and the thing that was really fun is that she had friends from high school, I think, that were in the audience.
Oh my gosh!
And other singers, other performers. They came up on stage and they were performing with her, and a lot of it was just all ad-libbed.
Last night, Sandy and I, Dr. Perry and his lovely wife, Diana. Dr. Perry's a great brain surgeon. He's one of the best, and they're billionaires beside that. So they always invite us out. They come to our house on Sunday for dinner. But anyway, make a long story short, we go down there, and they wanted me to sing, which I was not in the mood to sing. I just sat down real nice, and I had something a little bit to eat, and they had Abits, so I took a little bite.
Abits?
Abits.
What's Abits?
What?
It's a pizza.
It's pizza.
It's a pizza. Pizza.
Right along, John.
Hey, I don't know. What can I say?
So what happened is
we got
we
two of them now, Leslie. We're in trouble.
So Sandy got up and sang a song, and everybody had a great time. So Nancy, we mentioned, where are you going to be singing? So Nancy, through God's grace, we always say that we got a big gang coming tomorrow night.
That's right.
At Sienna's, which I'm very honored to perform there and play, because that's where I really started, believe it. I was on Sandy Kastel's Lunch with Sandy. That's how I met her at this place in the afternoon.
At Sienna's. That's right, yes.
So, after everybody knows about what happened at the Cigar Lounge, which there was, and God rest Garnet's soul, I hope nothing but the best for Amy. So I ran over, I talked to Giancarlo. He says, Mikey, come over here. He says, sing, go have a good time, we'll do so. And it's always a blessing, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's nice, not because he's Italian.
He's not charging us too much to sing there.
No. He said, give me $2,000 for you just to sing.
You got to be on the ball here, Ryan.
It wasn't bad, he said. I said, well, how much you want to pay me? He said, I'll give you a meatball sandwich. I said, good, that's what I want. I want some salsiccio papaludo.
Salsiccio papaludo.
And I love him because he's from Italy. You know what I mean? He's from Italy. He speaks fluent Italian, which is really nice. What paese are you? For the people that are listening, paese means what part of Italy was your family from?
Well, I was born in Calabria.
Oh, Calabrese then. That's my cousin.
I've been raised in Milano since I was 5 or 6 years old.
Really?
Oh.
So basically, I got both the best of both worlds.
Right.
I learned a lot of cooking from South and North, East and West. So
I'm a lot older than Giancarlo. John's about in his 40s. I'm 62, so he's just a kid next to me. But I got to tell you something. When I went into his
it's
restaurant,
a good age. It's a good age.
And listen to me, especially for the people that are Italian. The lunch meat that he has in there, I'm telling you something. He's got the mortadella. He's got the female and the male. He's got the pistachio in it. He's got all the Italian pastries, the cannolis, the sfugarios, stuff that I was raised with as a kid. And when I first went in this restaurant, Sandy, my eyes watered up. I started to cry. She said, Mike, what's the matter? I mean, I actually cried because it brought me back to my neighborhood of the foods that this guy does. All the homemade raviolis and gnocchi.
12th and Moore Street.
Right, back in Philadelphia. And so if you're Italian, and if you're not Italian, and you've never been there before, okay, and everybody loves Chef Michael's cooking. There's a lot of great chefs in Las Vegas. Listen to me, please. Do yourself and your family, la familia, a favor. Get yourself in a car, run over there, go sit down. Got a great brunch on Sunday. Unbelievable brunch on Sunday. Fantastic dinner, fantastic lunch. What more could I say? The food is delicious, and it's always nice to sit down and get a good dish of pasta, and you can really enjoy it, and it's not from ragu.
Well, listen, Michael, I wanted to let everybody know, really, seriously, for the first callers who call in right now at 702-731-1230, that's 702-731-1230, we are going to give away 2 tickets to the Viva Las Vegas Event Center to the Clinton Club, starring Kelly Clinton, and that's for this Friday night, okay? And she is performing at... Yes, of course we're going.
Oh, I have to go.
Yeah, because we're not doing anything, thank goodness, so now we can go see her. The other,
wait a minute.
2 weeks ago, we couldn't go see her.
wanted to play bocce, so I figured
bocce. I thought it was bocce.
Bocce.
Is it bocce?
Yeah.
Bocce.
I'm going to drink some Sambuca and some homemade wine.
I drink the Sambuca in this family.
I'll drink the homemade wine, and we'll go there, and we'll have a great time.
I also want to tell you that Ron Dakar and Jamie have built a wonderful, intimate little facility at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center. We walked in the door, and of course, first of all, we had to hug and kiss everybody because my husband did weddings for Ron and Jamie for 13 years at their Viva Las Vegas wedding chapel.
Well, Les,
I gotta say, it was like old home week.
I got to tell you something, Les. We love you, but that plug just cost you $200.
That's fine. I'm just saying. Well, you're plugging Kelly, and that's where she's going to be.
Speaking of kissing, Leslie, I have to tell you, I saw the photos from the birthday party, and I saw this picture. You were laying one on Michael, a big smooch as he walked in the door. I know. Well, you got to watch out there. I keep an eye on him.
But I know
he was keeping an eye on you. I could see him. He was back there. He says, "What is this?"
Well, her husband kissed me and grabbed my ugula. Well,
listen, Giancarlo can attest to this. If anybody gets anywhere near in a 5-foot radius of me, you know who will be right on it, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
That Chef Michael.
That sounds like my house.
Nobile disgraziato questo.
Well, anyway, we just want to say thank you so much to Kelly Clinton. And of course, her husband was there. We don't have to say any names.
He sang with her when we were there.
Clint Holmes.
Clint
Holmes
was
there, yes, and he had to go do a charity event. So there was like different birthdays. It was Mel's birthday, and then it was their anniversary. So they got 2 cakes, and then Kelly was singing this beautiful song to them, and then of course Clint came up and finished it out with her. Oh, it was so romantic.
I got the chills.
Yeah,
he needs to rent a room next time he comes.
Yeah, and then they had Julie and Kay. They had their birthdays there too last night.
Nice.
So I just want to give a shout out to everybody.
Fun.
Well, let me give a shout out.
And plus the fabulous singers that were sitting in
Great
there.
singers.
Yes, yeah.
Great singers.
Kelly was at your event last night.
We had
No, it was her event.
Oh, her. Okay.
Yeah, she was over at the bootlegger.
Oh, at the bootlegger. Yes, that is fun.
And don't forget, I mean, Giancarlo, we love your restaurant, but also on the other side of town, we got a couple of our favorites too. Is Tuscany Grill, and you know Jerry and Lou and Mike over there, and they love your place. You love their place. It's great. You know, it's like healthy competition. You know, because there's like all different places all over the city, and those are the 3 of our great restaurants.
We got a caller. Before we got a caller.
Yes, Mimi.
Hold on, Mimi. You know, Carl Grasso's out there.
Yes, and he's
our
listening
billionaire
in.
friends.
And Lisa. Don't forget Lisa.
And Giancarlo said to me, Mike, what do you want to do with tables? I said, we got to get the Grassos. The Grassos are our Grassos.
And Bill.
And the whole gang's going to be there because that.
And Eddie.
Right.
And Sue.
That one table will pay the whole rent.
And Diana.
And Diana, the whole gang.
And Dr. Perry.
Dr. Perry. We're going to have a great time because the show, you know, I tell you what I did, John. You know, the saxophone player, Steve Ponkart. I hired him too.
Yeah.
For me, I got Steve Ponkart on the sax, Chad Michaels on piano, Joey Vespi on drums,
and
me
Spider
on drums, Spider on the bass.
That's right.
David DaCosta singing.
Yeah.
It's going to, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be wild. And for those that always called me and said, Mike, I'd love to come and see you at the Cigar Lounge, but I can't take the smoke. Guess what? There's no smoking in here because Giancarlo's got Luco Brazzi's nephews all around the place. And if anybody turns around, lights up, me, right through the window.
Hey, what about me? What am I, chopped liver? I'm going to be singing too. Hey, listen, Mimi. Hi, Mimi.
Hi there.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing very well, thank you. You guys have got an awful lot of energy going early in the morning.
I know. Why, Mimi? I ate a meatball sandwich from Sienna's this morning. You brought me a little meatball sandwich on mozzarella, and I sat and I ate it. That was my breakfast.
And you put it on a bagel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
with mayonnaise. Oh. No. That's just for us Irish girls.
I was going to say
Mimi, where you been, Mimi?
That doesn't work in a Jewish deli, and it doesn't work in an Italian.
I know it works on my sandwiches.
Mimi, where you been? Where have you been, Mimi?
Well, I've been a little bit of everywhere. Just got back from a trip to California to see family, and of course, you know how familia is very important.
Yes,
it is. We say la mia familia. See,
la mia familia.
Absolutely.
Familia, but we say la mia familia. That means my family. Well, here's the thing. You got to come down to see us tomorrow. We're at Sienna's.
Yeah.
We want to give you a big hug and kiss. We missed you.
And maybe you can get Zena to come down because
Yeah.
I know Zena's been holding up in her house, you know, because, you know, she had a lot of bronchial things a few months ago. But we've got to drag her out of the house. Zena Montrose, you know, Jack Montrose's wife.
Right, and she's worth another billion.
Yeah, I know, and she's just such a wonderful lady, and we want to see her. I miss her beautiful face.
Yes, me too.
So let's see if we can get her out.
Tell me again where you're going to be tomorrow.
We are going to be at Siena Authentic Italian Trattoria. Trattoria. Right. And that's at 9500 West Sahara, just west of Fort Apache. And you need to call and make reservations because everybody's calling. They've been calling since a few days ago, Giancarlo. I want to let you know that. Yeah. And I'm going to try to put together a list so they know that they're coming to see us. Right. But you got to call 702-360-3358. That's 702-360-3358 to make a reservation. Let them know that you're coming to see Chef Michael and Sandy and the Chad Michaels Band, and they will seat you over on our side of the room, and we'll have a wonderful show. The show starts at 8 o'clock, and dinner seating is at 7:30. Right. So you got to be there, you know, obviously you can come throughout the night, but if you want to have dinner, you know, and start with everybody, then start at 7:30, and then we're going to start the show at 8 o'clock.
Well, I'll be there at 6 because I'm always there early because Giancarlo said to to me. Mike, I need you to help me roll the meatballs.
Michael's going to be there at 6 a.m. in the morning to be sure that everything's taken care of.
I'm going to sit down and me and John Carl are going to have a dish aglio.
Mimi, I want to find out a little bit more about what the Jazz Society is doing. So hold on just a minute. We got a quick, brief pause, and we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
I just got a phone call. That lady's out of the bed.
Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Hey, Giancarlo, I want to ask you a question. How do you say Sandy in Italian?
Sandy.
So what about Sandra or Sandra?
Oh, yeah, it can be Sandra, yeah.
That's it?
Or Sandra Lucia.
That is what it is. It's nothing different.
Sandra, yeah. Sandra, yeah, that's good.
Giancarlo, where were you born?
I was born in Calabria.
It's Calabria. Okay, I was in Calabria. So that's Calabrese. So that's why it's Calabria. Okay. Anyway.
Well, Calabrese again, Sandy, when cooking.
Oh, I forgot Mimi's on the phone.
Oh, Mimi, I'm sorry. How you doing, Mimi?
Mimi.
How could you leave me?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know how you said my name in Italian.
Mimi.
So tell us what is going on with the Jazz Society.
Yeah, come on.
Well, we are always doing exciting things, and this month, July 27th, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to be at the Bootlegger Bistro, another place for good Italian food.
Yes.
And we're going to have a Dixieland. Careful there. We're going to have a Dixieland Jazz concert with the Royal Garden Dixie Cats. So it's going to be fun.
Cool. Now, how do people find out about getting tickets on this? Is this something they just show up at the door?
Well, they can do that, but it's much better if you make a reservation prior to that. You can call vegasjazz.org and get a ticket through PayPal, or you can send into to actually send a check. It's $10 a person, and you can send into our. Yeah. Okay. My
to your website. No, to the web. You got the website, or they can send it in. You have an address?
Yes, I do. And of course, it's early in the morning, so I don't know where anything is.
Well, that's okay. Let them do it on vegasjazz.org.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure if they go to your website, the address is there, right?
Yeah. Well, it's P.O. Box 60396, and the zip is 89160. So we do suggest that you make reservations in advance.
Well, Mimi, just so you know, not because Giancarlo's here, have you been to Sienna's?
Yes, I have, because I lived in that area for quite some time.
He just remodeled the place, not for anything, you know what I mean? And I love the bootleg, great, but this is I'm going to tell you the truth, because, me and Sandy...
Well, each one of them has their own personality.
But the bottom line is, to me, Sienna's is the Caesar's Palace. I'm serious. The Caesar's Palace of Italian restaurants. I mean, that's like like when Frank Sinatra left the Sands, he went to Caesar's. I left the cigar bar and went to Sienna's. So it's like the Caesar's Palace, because the food, so forth, so on. And again, like I mentioned, it's nice to see a restaurant like that. It's more of a supper club that is from that, because he has entertainment every night and banquet rooms. He does weddings, bar mitzvahs. I don't know about bar mitzvahs, but I think he does funerals.
Well, as a matter of fact, I know that Kent Foot one time, I think you had a big party. There was like 200 people in there when they were performing. Yeah. And so you can fit a lot of people in the restaurant.
Well, he's got that deli on the side. And last week I went in and I seen a bunch of guys lining up outside. I thought the feds were after me again. So what the hell happened? So what happened was everybody's taking their shoes off and socks. And there's just Giancarlo looking at their feet. And he's going, you go this way. And I said, why are you separating? He said, well, anybody with purple feet can sit here. Purple feet. And right over your head. They got to step on the grape. You want the true Italian. Because, hey, don't give me no stuff. Thank you. Hey, Joey Gillespie. He's on the drums.
Okay, so Mimi, you were the first caller, so you get 2 complimentary tickets to the Kelly Clinton show this Friday night at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center.
Ain't that great? I got the chills.
And you can just come down to the station. You know where the station is here because you've been on the show.
Yeah, but honey, let's mail them to her.
Oh, you want to mail them to her?
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, because she's not going to come. I know Mimi.
Okay, Ryan, you got to get her address then, so we can mail these to you.
We
okay?
love you, Mimi.
That would
Thank
be
you so much for calling in.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you,
know.
Sweetheart.
Okay, thank
you.
All right,
see you Wednesday.
Okay.
Bye, Mimi.
Very good.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Mimi was responsible, believe it or not. I went to her house for dinner, and who's sitting around her table was Buddy Greco.
Oh, and that's how you met Buddy?
And that's how I met Buddy Greco through Mimi. And
that was a few years ago.
Well, yeah, it was over 20 years ago, and we became inseparable friends, Buddy and I, and we were very, very close. But it was thanks to the dinner, and then he came to my house, and naturally, I made it. He liked the gnocchis. Now, gnocchis they sink like torpedoes, honey. You have gnocchis, and you got gavadillas.
You mean the gnocchis?
Yeah, you can make gnocchis. Yeah, gnocchis. You can make them with potatoes.
Hey, I'm American.
Straight. Me, I love them, but they sink like torpedoes every time you're.
Well, but if they're made, sometimes they're like thick and chewy, and they're like not really that enticing. But if they're made well, then they taste so much better. They're so light,
I'm a simple guy. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I can eat macaroni. I say macaroni. You people out there say pasta, noodle.
You say macaroni,
right?
And I say pasta.
Right, but here's the thing. I love pasta. Yesterday, I opened the refrigerator after all that food I cooked because we gave it all away. I don't eat leftovers. Gave it all away.
I know. He goes and spends all this money on the food, and he makes it all. And there's some. And I said, Michael, I want to make some. Is there anything for me left over to eat?
I opened the refrigerator.
I gave it away.
The fresh parsley's down there. I had garlic, and I said I made pasta aglio olio. Now, I got to tell you something. It's a simple dish. Now, but my recipe's a little bit different because how the Sicilians, they do straight olive oil, and I do a little bit different. I saute the oil and garlic. Listen up, lady, you're out of the bathroom now. Get your pencil and paper.
Pencil. Diane's listening, I'm sure.
All right, you can use a tan. I use John. What was the oil I got from you? What was the name of it?
That was that Italian, the big.
The Tuscan oil.
Tuscan oil,
yeah.
Yeah, it was right from the Tuscany, and Giancarlo got in a plane, went to Italy because he ran out,
the grapes
and came all the way back and brought me this. Cost him $40,000 just to bring me a nice gallon of oil. So anyway, nice Italian olive oil. You saute the garlic. Then, believe it or not, what I add butter to break the oil so it's not greasy. Then I add a chicken stock, believe it or not, to make the juice with the fresh parsley, so it ain't so heavy. And I had the Gappellini macaroni. Now, Gappellini macaroni is the real thin pasta, okay? It's like angel hair. You people call it angel hair, but there is a pasta angel called Gappellini, and Giancarlo has it in his store.
He has about 200 different pastas.
He's got every pasta that there is. He's got pasta you never even heard of. So anyway, we sat down, and me and Sandy, I had a half a pound of macaroni, and we sat down and ate a dish of pasta aglio olio, and it was amazing because it reminded me of my grandmother, and that's what we used to do. And then she would get a couple tomatoes, and some garlic, and she'd make a salad. There used to be the Jersey tomatoes, and she used to put the basil. Now, the basil, it's sweet basil. You go to Smith's in the back and ask for Don. He's the produce manager, and say, Chef Michael said, give me basil, the fresh basil. And she would put that in the salad with the onion, and we get a loaf of Italian bread, and me and my grandmother would boom the juice. Because those days, these were simple dishes, that everybody ate, and it was great, and I'm so excited. Comfort food, and it was great.
Do you have a napkin so I can wipe it?
My mother wasn't a cook, but I went out with a Chinese girl, took a Chinese girl home for dinner, and my mother stuck a message in a ravioli. Like, to go home or something, I don't know.
She said, leave now.
Jack called it. He didn't understand.
You're not Italian.
A message in a ravioli. It's a message like in the fortune cook. Forget about it.
If you got it, Michael, if you have to explain it.
Hey, somebody just called and hung up. Get on the phone and call me back. Don't you dare hang up on the phone. You? I got Giancarlo here.
Hey, wait, what about Robert Turner?
Who's he?
Right, Robert. Well, who's he?
Oh, my buddy.
Robert Turner, your buddy. I mean, yeah.
Robert Turner.
That's right.
I love Bobby.
He's got the little gold cards, and he's got the way carrot bars.
Carrot bars.
KARAT bars.
Call me up, Bobby. I know you're out there counting your money with the Grasso family and everybody else. Now, Sandy always asks me a recipe, right?
That was the recipe, wasn't it? I think that was your shot.
I said that 100 times on the
air. No. That was your recipe. Sorry.
You blow me off. Is that how it is? All right. Thanks, everybody.
Why, did you want to give us another recipe?
Well, let me tell you something. Since we have a special guest in our studio today.
Maybe he can give us
and who is an absolutely magnificent, I don't want to say cook because, he's not a paramedic. He's a surgeon like us. We're not paramedics. We're surgeons. People use the word chef very loosely. Everybody's a chef. Yeah. And they open up a can of ragu. They don't know nothing about chef. But let me ask you a question there, Giancarlo. If the Pope came to your house, now my cousin, was Sandy knows who he is. It's Cardinal Francisco Scola. He's in Italy, and he never became the Pope.
Okay.
Cardinal Francisco Scola. And do you know why? They didn't call him Pope Scola. So,
oh my goodness! What am I doing here today?
I'm trying to listen about everybody. Yeah. John Carlos said, "Mike, I'm nervous." Said, "You got nothing to be nervous about. Don't worry about it." So anyway,
if the Pope came to your house,
not the restaurant,
what would you cook him?
What would you cook him? And what would be the recipe? Tell everybody. You got 91,000 people that are listening to John Carlo, the owner of Siena's. Go ahead, buddy. It's all yours.
Well, let's see.
That sounds good.
Maybe we should do, since you talk about the cavatelli, I can give it the cavatelli with the sausage ragu.
Oh, the sausage ragu.
Yeah. Which is a little bit spicy. You never know how they're going to react. So anyway, you get a little, let me just give a little hint how it's made.
We got a squeaky chair here.
He's nervous. He's nervous. He's going to
No. He's comfortable. It's okay.
Anyway, so what you started with some olive oil, a little garlic, chili flakes. You're going to do some ground sausage. You don't find anywhere, you can come to our deli.
Of course.
We sell there. You're going to cook for probably about 2 or 3 minutes. Then you do a little splash of wine.
Giancarlo, is that spicy sausage or sweet sausage?
I bet you do
The sausage is sweet, but we use the chili flakes to spice it out. Usually you make spicy to the point. You don't want to overdo that.
Exactly.
Actually, it's one of our signature dishes in the restaurant. You add a little bit crushed tomato. You let it reduce. Usually it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. After that, you boil the pasta, the cavatelli, which are cavatellis made with the ricotta cheese. You can find as well on the deli. You add in the saute pan. You toss it together, a little pecorino cheese, and it's all served.
Oh,
wow, that sounds great. Did you write that down, lady?
I did. I was able to write it down, but I don't know if I can repeat everything.
If you listen to Giancarlo, he has a tremendously heavy Italian accent. That my grandfather. I still
don't understand.
My grandfather.
I can understand him.
See, my grandfather spoke like him, and he told me a story. He says when he came to America, he wanted to become a United States citizen, Sandy, and he studied and studied and studied, and he went to court. And he looked at the judge. He says, "Your Honor, please forgive me. I don't speak it too good." He says, "But I got the feeling today I am not going to get my citizenship because I don't speak it too good." He said, "But the first president was George Washington, and the other president that freed the Italians was Abraham Lincoln." He said, "Joey Vespi, you better stop it." He said, "But I don't speak it too good, and I'm so afraid that I'm not going to get my United States citizenship." And ladies and gentlemen, the judge looked at my grandfather and said, "Don't you worry, today you get your citizenship."
And if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. We will be right back after a message from our sponsors.
See, I make fun of my own people. I still love
Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Leslie, you've been with Salvation Army for a long time. Tell us about what special events you have. I know the last one we were doing was trying to get that water run going.
We were, and we
did. And we're still working on that.
We're always working on water in the hot months. But we've got in fact, if I can give a shout out, Smith's at Maryland Parkway in West Sahara called me Friday. We went over yesterday, picked up nearly 2 pallets of water and about 100-gallon bottles, and what they did was at the checkout, the cashier said, "Would you like to make a donation of water to the Salvation Army? Please give me this much money to buy a case of water or a gallon of water." And then they called me, and we should
talk to our Smiths. Yeah.
And several of the stores around the valley have done that for us. So it was wonderful. Idea. So a shout out to Heather and the whole team over there. They were wonderful.
We love you, Heather. Even though we're not over there at Smith's, but Smith's is Smith's. But I love the Smiths where we live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it happens to be closer to us.
Right. And then we've got food drives going on right now. Okay. two organizations have teamed up. One is Acura, Finley Acura in the Valley Auto Mall in Henderson, and they have partnered with Sudden Impact Auto Body, and they are doing a food drive. It started on the 14th, and it will run through this Sunday. So if people are out shopping, they can buy some extra non-perishable food and drop it off either at the Auto Mall at the Acura store or up on Boulder Highway. It's 3595 Boulder Highway is Sudden Impact Auto Body, or they can bring it directly to our Family Services office at 1581 North Main Street. We're looking for all kinds of non-perishable foods, focusing on high-protein foods, so peanut butter, canned sauces with meat in them, or canned stews and chilies and things like that that have protein, or canned meat, tuna, turkey, chicken, those kinds of things.
Things
that
that'll
are
last.
Good. I will say spam but I don't eat it.
It's all right, Les. Don't worry about it, honey. I eat spam parmesan. It's delicious.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's
you know
great.
what? If you dip it in, dip it in batter and fry it and put sauce and mozzarella on it, it's good. So you just can't tell it's spam.
Well, that's great, Leslie. Now we've got a caller.
Yes, ma'am.
Jim?
We got Jim. Hi, Jim. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Chef Michael and Sandy. This is Jim from last Wednesday with Jeff from Newport Beach.
Oh, hi.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
I'm sorry it took me so long to call and give a testimonial, but it took me that long to recover from last Wednesday.
Well, you know something, I said this before, the partners we had, he passed away, and our condolences go out to Amy, and unfortunately, we're working on something, but I moved the whole show over to Sienna's on Wednesday. So if you get a chance, we would love you to come over to see us, because we'll be there tomorrow night.
But I want to hear the testimonial.
But let me hear the testimonial, and I hope it's about me. Go ahead.
I'm blind, and I got to tell you, Sandy is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I got news for you. I've got eyes, and she's gorgeous.
Well, it's funny that I remember you now that me and Sandy were on Fremont Street yesterday, and there was a guy with a cane, and he says, I'm blind. Could you give me a dime? Give me a dime. I can't see. And everybody was giving him a dime. And I'm watching this guy, Giancarlo, watching him, and I could see he see out of one eye. So I waited till everybody went away, and I walked up to him and said, hey, pal, listen to me carefully. I don't want to blow your cover. But you're telling people that you're blind and you want a dime. You could see out of one eye. He said, how about a nickel? So
Jim, can you believe this?
We apologize for him, Jim.
I'm having fun.
Anyway,
he jokes about everything, Jim.
What I wanted to say is the food was wonderful and the entertainment blew us away.
Thank you.
And Jeff said that whenever he comes up to Vegas, that is a must see and do. The variety show you guys had was better than any lounge show I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Better than a couple of strip marquee shows that I've ever seen.
Thank you, Jim, and I appreciate that. God bless you.
Thank
you.
The variety of entertainment from the Chad Michael Trio to the two different male singers, the other solo female singer, the two violinists with the cellos, the drum duel.
Oh, weren't they amazing?
It was just incredible.
Thank you.
And that drum duel.
That's me and Joey. Well, again, Jim, unfortunately, we are not going to be
Yeah, but that's okay,
there.
Michael.
It's all right.
They can come out to the Sienna.
Come out to Sienna's and see us. We're going to be there every Wednesday.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So if you get a chance, Jim, please come up. I love to see you, and I thank. And the food is
Jeff came
just
from
as good.
Now, Jim, are you from California?
Yeah, originally. I've been here for about 10 to 12 years, Sandy.
And then Jeff came to visit you, right? And he lives in California now, right?
Best friends since the 9th grade.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. So it was nice. I got a chance to sit and talk with you for a while.
Yeah, and you did that special request, that jazz number for me, which I loved. Thank you.
My Funny Valentine.
My Funny Valentine, you make me smile with my heart.
Hey, that was my song for him.
Well, maybe I wanted to sing to Jim.
Well, maybe he wanted to hear it from me.
Well, Jim, for calling in, you're going to get. We got major show tickets too, because I got the Planet Hollywood. So you got. What
are you doing Friday night?
Oh, I'm tied up. I can't do anything for a while. I've got a trip to L.A. coming up.
Oh, okay. Well, when you get back in town,
anyway. We'll give you the show tickets.
We'll see you at Sienna then.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jim, for calling.
Jim.
We really appreciate it.
God bless you, Jim.
Hey guys, take good care.
Take care. Thanks.
Wasn't that nice? I bet Giancarlo does not know why we lost the war in Italy.
He might. He's Italian.
Well, that's. Did you know why we lost the war in Italy?
No,
you know we only fought. Well, we weren't even born, you and I.
No.
Okay, but
You
it's just
weren't?
Which war?
well, Mussolini. You know Mussolini. Okay, he went with Hitler back in the 40s.
Shame on him.
Because the Italian people, ladies
Yeah,
and
that's
gentlemen,
right,
we
and
didn't
you and
want
I-
to fight nobody. We wanted to make love with a lot of beautiful women, drink wine, and have a big family and eat macaroni. That's all we wanted to do. So what happened is General Antonio Andolini, the great general, my grandfather told me, we only fought one day, and they're up at the front lines, and they're shooting, and the bing, bang, but we ran out of ammunition. So General Andolini turned around and said to the troops, bring up the shells. And these guys brought up a box of Renzoni. That's the
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
he's tough. He's tough as a he's a tough customer.
yeah.
Don't try to make him laugh.
He's laughing on the inside.
Well, Giancarlo,
It's good.
tell us a little bit about some of your specialties
Yeah.
on your menu
I'll keep
over
quiet.
there at Sienna's.
Some of our specialty. Well,
Yeah.
we have a pretty fair, large menu.
I know you do.
What I can say is this: we have like the deli size, which we do a lot of traditional items, like sometimes Michael likes to cook.
Yeah.
You know, shell pasta, ziti. For people, you know, they can recognize that type of food. Sandwiches, and then we have the restaurant, which it's more a little bit more upscale. It still has some comfy food because we do have a customer. They come, believe it or not, 3 or 4 times a week.
Do you do an osobuco?
Yes, we do also book, and I believe it might be tomorrow night. It's gonna be the Bill Shank Osobuco, or we're gonna do the depends or what's the request we have on the book. Or we have the lamb shank Osobuco. One of them.
That's great.
Both of them, they are very, very good.
That's
They're
tomorrow
very
night when
popular.
we're performing.
Yeah. That's
Oh
what
my
it will be.
gosh.
I believe it's more the lamb shank. That's
Lamb
what
shank.
it will be.
Yeah.
And we do a very good job on that.
And you know also, excuse me, you're open on Sunday for Sunday brunch.
Yes.
What
We
time
do
is your brunch?
We start like about 9 o'clock in the morning
Till
until 2:30, 3 o'clock usually
Okay.
runs. You know, we have always finished up last table. We cover a lot of frittata, like Mike probably likes it, a lot of Italian.
I like
Frittata is an omelet for those that don't know what the word frittata means. Frittata pepperoni.
But it's done a
Unfolded
little
omelet.
differently, isn't it?
and then
isn't
it's
it-
finished in the oven, right? So
It's
it
put
puffs
in a
up.
Finished
dish,
in the oven,
isn't
it
it?
comes
Yeah.
a little bit more fluffy than usual
Yeah.
omelet. Than
So
just
puffs up.
Yeah, it puffs up, which.
Do you just make one kind?
No, we make like 4 different kinds. We have
frittata?
Yeah,
Okay.
frittata with salmon, with onions.
I know, I'm getting
We
hungry.
didn't know because we went to Denny's and then we went to go see him. And he said, Mike, I didn't know that. And
Well, and there's an IHOP right next door. You
That-
could
no,
have
that's what he meant. We were at the
I went to
IHOP.
IHOP. And we said,
And I called Giancarlo and I said, well, hi, we're next door. I know you guys aren't open yet. And he goes, what do you mean? We're serving breakfast. I said, what?
So next Sunday we're going to
I said, oh, no.
we're going to go to church because every day we get up and Sandy and I we do the adarandel.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's a dahlia? What?
Adarandel. Tell them what the adarandel is.
It's a very classic southern dance. It's,
You and
it's
I
a
would-
little spicy
You
dance.
and I would know it as
No,
is that the
no,
Taran- is that the Tarantella for us white
The
folks?
Tarantella.
Tarantella.
It's
Yeah.
Tarantella. Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's an
The
Italian.
weddings.
You haven't shown yet?
Well, what? Yeah, show.
You haven't
Yeah,
shown yet?
it's
That,
the
Yeah, but
adarandel.
folk
They know the alley cat. You put your left foot
No,
in. That's
it's
it. Your
not.
left foot. You wiggle. No, that was the Italian. The Italian weddings was fantastic. Was great. You know, when I got married, when I first got married, I married an Italian
That
girl.
was a long time ago. That was BS.
That was
That was BS before Sandy.
Right, and now she's got a big mustache.
VX.
yeah.
I'm having such a good time. Dr. Perry, where are you? Jolie.
Oh, Jolie and
Jolie.
Pirko are back, and we're going to see them Thursday.
Right.
Actually, we're going to see them tomorrow night. They're coming. They already made a reservation.
Right, and do you know, I got to
Yes.
say this again for my birthday. We went to the Grassos. We had it at the Grassos house. And he
Great
hasn't
party.
spoke to me since then.
And
He hasn't
Jolie made this painting for Michael. It's
$80,000.
It's 10 feet wide, 5 feet tall. So the other day I captured it on camera as Carl Grasso and Michael Leonetti were walking down the street from about 10
We had to
houses
walk it-
down.
Right.
They had to walk it down the street, and it's on YouTube and it's on Facebook if you want to check it
Oh, I
out.
have to go look.
Jolie, and I got to tell you something. Not only for the price, because the painting's $80,000, and it was so nice. And Jolie, thank you. So it's something that I will treasure for the rest of my. There's enough wood on that frame. I can make myself a casket when I die.
Well, anyway,
wrap it in the
he's going
canvas.
to come over on Thursday and help us find a place to hang it because we're running out of wall space. If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael this Tuesday morning, July 22nd on KLAV 1230 a.m. We will be right back after a message from our sponsors with Leslie Rogers and Giancarlo.
I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm going to be singing at Sienna's. That's my dream.
Everybody's a winner. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, this is Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. I was just trying to think of the name of Shallow's restaurant, and it came to me, Desibu. And it's the Filipino restaurant that we went to the other day over on Flamingo. And I just want to give a shout out to her and her lovely husband and family. Right. And it was so nice because they gave us this big spread, and it was she introduced us to the culture a little bit, you know. And
it was beautiful.
And it was really good. They had the pork that they fixed, which was very nice.
Very
and
nice.
they had the skewers, you know, with the chicken on it.
And for me, she
made
me
barbecue chicken.
She made me balut parmesan.
No, she did not make balut. No. Even though every time you meet somebody that's from the Philippines, you ask them, "Do you eat balut?" And they go, "No, I don't eat balut." But some of the girls do, yes, or guys. And
it's called galine.
Yeah.
You know what galina vecchia fu bon brodo? You know what that means?
No.
You should tell her. I'm not.
You better not say things like that, Michael, because somebody out there knows what you're saying.
I didn't say no. I said galina vecchia fu bon brodo. That means an old chicken makes good soup. That's all I said.
Okay. Anyway,
the only part I got was chicken.
I got chicken. Anyway, I just want to give a shout out to Alex Yanko, one of our good friends, and his girlfriend. She's a belly dancer, and they're going to come out tomorrow night too.
Oh, that's terrific!
I'm so
I love
excited.
That guy.
And they went on a weekend trip. They went up camping and stuff. They had a lot of fun. But Leslie, I know you guys are coming up with another program that you're doing with Salvation Army.
Yes. Annually, we have done, and I want to give a shout out to Fox 5 because they have helped us with this. It's actually their program. It's called the SOS Drive. It's Support Our Students. It's a back-to-school backpack and school supply drive, and it starts, it's going to be live on Channel 5 all day, August 6th, 7, and 8. On the 6th, we'll be at the Cox Communications office down on, I believe it's Warm Springs on the southwest side. And then on the 7th, Thursday, we will be at NV Energy, which is right over here, Sahara and Jones. And then on Friday the 8th, we will be at Fox 5 all day, and I love going down there because they've got this gorgeous grassy knoll out in front of the station.
The grassy knoll.
The grassy knoll, not the one in Dallas.
By the grassy knoll.
Yeah, there you go. And so it's shaded and cool. The other two events take place on a blacktop, and so it's a little hot.
Is this the same event that the Nevada Youth Alliance does?
Nope, this is the Salvation Army.
So they do one. You guys do one. They do one also.
We do one too. Yeah. So if you know anyone,
is this where you stuff the backpacks and everything?
We
with
get
all the things,
and I need volunteers to go to www.volunteer.usawest.org to sign up to help sort those supplies and pack them on Monday through Thursday, the 11, 12, 13, 14. So the following week at our Family Services office, we'll be sorting and packing everything we get from that drive. People can also support the drive financially. They can call Salvation Army at 702-870-4430 and make a financial donation. Just indicate that it's for school supplies because we're going to have to
back to school
fill in gaps where things were not donated.
In my neighborhood, they did in Cellini's. They did the same thing.
That's
we
great.
used to do for the kids.
Yeah.
They would do us a backpack. They would give us like pepperoni. They give us some super salad, a sandwich, and a $3.57.
Michael, Michael, I just want to interject. I want to tell people who need help for their kids that they need to go now. I just step all over him, don't I?
It's all right. You can step on me.
I do. Because I need to get my stuff in here. They can go right now to Family Services Monday through Friday, 8 to noon or 1 to 3:30 to register your children for a backpack if, in fact, you have a need for that.
That's good.
And you can't provide those supplies for them.
Okay.
The object is not to gather a great big bunch of school supplies and pass them out. The object is to help parents of these children send their kids off to school completely ready to succeed in their school year.
That's great.
That's what we want to do.
Well, thank you, Leslie, and thank you again for being on the show today.
Thanks for walking all over.
And Giancarlo, I want to say you have entertainment throughout the week. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do have actually. We just started the Tuesday night entertainment, which it's jets with a fashion show. Mm-hmm. Usually start about 8 o'clock. At the fashion show, it's a little bit around 9 o'clock. It's incredible. I was very surprised. The first time I didn't believe it. It couldn't work that way. There is completely different people, which they do very, very good job. It's pretty nice.
I understand. Yeah, they do a fashion show, and it's Chris, right? Isn't the from the manufacturers? They've got a manufacturing company right here, right?
Yes, it's Chris Weedy. Yeah, it's put another Italian fellow, young American.
Yes.
It's pretty nice actually. They put it together. This one pretty fast. I mean, they say in the beginning I wasn't convinced 100%, but then I decided to give it a shot.
Well, these kids are great, and I love them. And I know you also have Kent Foot and the gang over there Thursday nights, and we will be there Wednesday night at the Siena Italian Authentic Trattoria.
That's right.
At 9500 West Sahara.
If you got a scoopetta, please leave it home.
Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. We'll be back tomorrow morning on KLAV 12:30 a.m. and you can always call us at 702-731-1230. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.
The Grossos tomorrow.
Thank you.
The billionaires.